Who is Julius Green Jr.? Grammy Can Answer It is here to answer that question and explore additional information from Julius Green Jr. to discover what makes him so special. First of all, let's explore your journey to becoming the first African American diving officer in the United States Army and the second African American master diver for the United States military. Julius Green Jr. experienced many trials and tribulations growing up in Allendale, South Carolina during segregation. What inspired you to volunteer for the United States Army, Mr. Green?
I was living out on a farm in a rural area in Allendale, South Carolina. And I wanted a better life for myself. In order to do that, I had to do some searching. And I finally determined that I would join the United States Army and see what it holds for me. In 1951, I joined the U.S. Army, December 1950. I took my basic training at Fort Eustis, and then I was in the infantry. And the infantry is a thing that you have to learn how to kill folks and dig holes and cover them back up. And I thought it was something better in life for me than have to dig a hole, cover it back up, and go dig the same hole again, and to have various types of holes. So therefore, I applied to go to U.S. Army Diving School.
And when and why did you begin your journey in the field of diving?
In order to get into diving, if you were black, you had to be an E6. If you were Caucasian, you could be an E3 or E4. My class consisted of 10 students, and I being the 10th. All of them was E3s and E4s, and me being black as an E6. So upon graduation from diving school, I was assigned to the 110th Transportation Battalion, and upon my arrival there, they told me that there were no slots for me. So the company that I was assigned to within the 110th Transportation Battalion was the 73rd Transportation Heavy Boat. Each heavy boat company has a diver. So they told me that there were no slots. So in the meantime, I had to go through the whole chain of command, and when I got through the chain of command, they told me again that there was no slot for me. So consequently, they were trying to assign me to Europe. And rather than going to Europe, I was persistent. I decided that I would go to Washington, D.C. Went to the chief personnel, and they got it all squared away because the Army were paying thousands of dollars annually to send individuals to diving school because the graduation rate was so low. My class started with 10 and we only graduated 5, and I happened to be one of them. So consequently, the Army orders that was given to me, they indicate that there was no slot for me. But nevertheless, Washington got it all squared away. I was sent back to Fort Eustis, assigned to this 577th Aero Tramway Company, which had a diving section that had 9 divers. 8 was the basic divers. I was the senior NCO, the 9th one. So I reported in, got my equipment, and made it up and ready for diving.
Okay, so that was quite a journey to when you went into the diving school. Wow. Okay, share some special diving assignments and tours you had in the military.
My first diving assignment was after graduation was doing emergency rescue for on the peninsula, anywhere within the state. Anyone that drowned, any equipment that went overboard, cars, whatever it is, our job was to go and find it and retrieve it. So we did a lot of picking up bodies, removing equipment, cars that wrecked in the water, people that drowned. We picked them all up and brought them back.
Wow. So what inspired you to continue your diving training to become a master diver?
Well, at that particular time, being in diving and looking at diving as a whole, it was better living conditions so far as expenses. The dollar's rating as you went up, the pay went up. So consequently, that was it.
Okay. Name some military medals and awards you received while serving in the military.
I was awarded the Bronze Star for service in hostile territory, Vietnam. I was awarded the Good Conduct Medal for being a good soldier. In 1951, 50, I'm trying to get 57. And I got the Bronze Star. That was during the Vietnam War. I got the Bronze Star with one oak leaf cluster. I got it with two oak leaf clusters. One of them was in 68. The other was in 1970.
Okay, so finally, let's sum up your achievements such as books. You have a book?
I decided that I wanted the future generation to know that I exist. So therefore, I published a book on my life journey, indicating some of the hardship that I've experienced. This book, the name is My Life Journey in My Own Words, and it can be purchased in Barnes & Nobles or Amazon.
Okay. Okay, and any personal recognitions you'd like to add to this? Personal, like, maybe someone in your family or personal friends?
I've had many personal recognition. I was, in 1972, I was given a Living Legend by the NAACP award, and I was given by the city a city award. First, I had two of them. One of them was just being a living legend from the city. I got pictures of that. And the last one was being over 90 years old and still doing business with the Newport News.
Right, and I'm sure you couldn't have accomplished a lot of things without the support of maybe a wife or family members.
First of all, I never would have made it without God.
Right.
They order my step and guide me through life, removing obstacles from my path. And next will be my wife.
It's great. Well, thank you for your service in the military and all the additional accomplishments you achieved. You are a true historic military warrior. So until next time, please remember to click like and subscribe to Grammy Can Answer It. Grammy loves comments and questions, so keep them coming.